you know, we have a very exciting announcement today, and so without further ado, to not keep you waiting too much longer, I'd like to welcome the Mayor of the City of Albuquerque, Tim Keller.
We'll wait for the PSA. You will notice that's not my voice, by the way. A lot of people are like, how come your voice is in the airport? We're not going to do that. All right, well, I want to thank you all so much for coming. I'm going to start with some acknowledgments, then I'm going to share at a high level about why we're all here, and then we're going to hand it off to our airport director. But first I want to acknowledge our folks from our federal government. U.S. Customs, Border Protection, give us a wave. In the back, way in the back. Thank you guys for all that you do. Thank you. And as you can guess by the title of this get-together, too, they are playing an important role in what we're going to announce. Also, of course, the Sunport staff. I know we have a lot of you here. Sunport staff, wave. Thank you all. The Sunport, as I've said repeatedly and always want to remind you, is a shining star for Albuquerque and for New Mexico. You know, we get hung up on a lot of rankings that we're not at the right end of. Where we have always been and continue to be a leader in is our airport. This is a world-class facility, and pretty much everyone who comes here and works here agrees with that. So thank you for all the staff who've made that happen decade after decade. Thank you so much. And then also we have our consulate from Mexico. I believe I saw her. Thank you. Consulate, great to see you. Thank you for being here. And lastly, we have our airport board. I might have the exact name of that wrong. I know we have 2 members in the back. Thank you all for your leadership and oversight. Thank you so much. Okay, so making Albuquerque directly accessible to international markets has been a critical component of my vision for economic development in the city and for all of us living here, whether it's for tourism or for vacations or for doing business. Key to our city's thesis is having an international flight. And as you might remember, it is the Albuquerque International Sunport. And when I ran for office, a lot of people are like, why is it even called that? Well, we're going to earn that name again today. Now, it's been 8 years since we've had a direct international flight to Mexico out of our Sunport, and I'm proud to announce that we're going to restart that here today. It's a little bit different than Mexico City, so I'll explain that in just a minute. But what I want to do is share with you how we got to this first step on capitalizing on our international economic development potential. And it really started with, for me, one individual. I know a lot of folks have been working on this longer, but is Randy here today? He's not. Wow, bachelor party. Well, that's... So there is a gentleman who you can let him know. I went to Guadalajara. It's our sister city, and I went there as part of our international trade office's work, and that's run by a gentleman named Randy Trask. He's one of the young leaders in Albuquerque and in New Mexico. And we discussed how we can accelerate and how we can nail down a flight to Mexico in my first year in office. And I'm proud to say we're going to deliver on that today. And the second person who played a key role in that is who I'm going to introduce next. And I'm going to make sure, okay, we're good with the announcement. So the second person who's involved in this is another story about a young person of extreme talent who is able to take that vision and that directive and actually deliver on it in a few short 8 months. And so our airport director, Nika Allen, has put together, along with Randy and the whole team here and everyone who's been involved, a direct international service to Guadalajara, Mexico, starting on November 17th. And so this is going to be a game changer for our airport, hopefully for business in our city, and also, of course, for tourism and recreation. So this hits all 3 of those international flight goals. A lot of people have said, well, we should fly direct to Cabo. That doesn't really work for business. And a lot of people say, well, we got to go to Mexico City. That's a little bit harder deal. Guadalajara is the 2nd largest airport in Mexico. It has excellent connections to everywhere in Latin America and South America. And so this is an outstanding fit with our sister city in Mexico, Guadalajara. And so to talk more about the specifics of that is the primary woman behind all of this, the youngest director in our city's executive team, and our first millennial leader at city government, and also the first woman in charge of our airport, Nika Allen.
Well, thank you for that incredible welcome. This is a big day for us here at the Sunport. A very, very exciting day. And so thank you all for joining us for this very special announcement. I'm so grateful to be standing alongside so many incredible people that influence our city every day and work hard to make this place as good as it possibly can be and better every day. This announcement comes almost to the day, actually, of me in my 6 months tenure here at the airport. And so it's even more special to have this be a big day for me, a big day for the airport, and a big day for the city. I'm not sure how familiar you all are with the airline we are bringing to Albuquerque, Volaris. A little background on them. Volaris is Mexico's largest low-cost carrier with more than 170 routes and 330 daily flights across Mexico, the United States, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. By adding this flight to Guadalajara, as Mayor Keller mentioned, we're not only giving New Mexicans a chance to visit Mexico, but as one of Volaris's hubs, this route gives us access to cities all across Central America. We appreciate Volaris's partnership and are very grateful for their commitment to us. It does take a lot for an airline to commit to a new city, and it's a huge investment in their part to bring them here. And so we're very grateful that they have the faith in us and in New Mexico to come. I'm proud to say that also the Sunport is doing very well, and we've seen incredible growth over the past year. Our passenger numbers are up almost 15% over 2017, which is a clear sign of our state's increasing economic strength. Announcements like this do not come easily, and for that, I'd like to thank the many individuals and organizations who played a role in making this possible. Mayor Keller, thank you for your vision, your support, and your leadership. This really all came with, someone that has faith in his team and is willing to let them do work and make something happen, so thank you for that. Also, our federal partners. The airport's a very interesting place, as many of you might know, and we have some incredible federal partners here. The Transportation Security Administration, I see Jesse back there. Thank you guys for your work here with us. And thank you to Customs and the Port Director, Director Carmen. I unfortunately wasn't able to make it today, but he has worked tirelessly for months to make this flight possible for us. It's hard to take a facility that hasn't basically been used to its full potential in more than 8 years and to turn it around and actually make something happen in such a short amount of time. And he has really worked very hard, both locally and nationally, advocating for us to make sure that this happens. And then, of course, I have to thank my Sunport staff. You guys, you make me happy every single day. I'm so happy to come to work, and you are the ones that really pulled this off, so thank you for that. And my board, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that as well. And this obviously is not the end. This is actually just the beginning of all of our work here at the Sunport. It's a great announcement to be making today, but this hopefully will just be the first of many that we have for you in the coming years. And with that, I would like to introduce a guest and a video. We have a special video for you, actually from the mayor of Guadalajara, who is excited to be here as well. He wishes he could be with us. And I'm going to introduce our special guest, Consul Norma Ong from the Mexican Consulate in Albuquerque, and she will translate the video for us as well. Thank you.
Oh, they told me who's doing it? Is Yuridia? Are you translating? No. In English?
It's up to you.
Oh, sorry.
I think so. So you and Nika's in charge.
Sorry, actually, Yuridia is going to translate the video in English for us from the Hispano Chamber. And who's gonna?
Okay, is it rolling?
I don't know.
I want to watch it.
caluroso saludo y nos satisface mucho que siendo ciudades hermanas desde 1985, habrá ya a partir de noviembre de este año un vuelo directo entre Guadalajara y Albuquerque. Un saludo muy cálido al mayor, al Team Keller.
The message from the Mayor of Guadalajara. My dear friends in Albuquerque, greetings. My name is Enrique Ibarra, and I'm the Mayor of Guadalajara, Mexico. Sending you warm regards. I am very excited about this important announcement. We have been sister cities since 1985. Beginning in November, we are going to have a direct flight between Guadalajara and Albuquerque. Special recognition to your mayor, Mr. Tim Keller. My name is Yuridia Morales, and I'm the International Markets Director with the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce, its board of directors, and especially the Convention and Tourism Department, we thank our mayor, Tim Keller, for creating yet another opportunity for us to showcase our amazing city of Albuquerque, because we are a team, because we are one Albuquerque. Les agradezco enormemente por la oportunidad y por esta creación de desarrollo económico, porque somos un solo Albuquerque. Muchas gracias.
Now I'd like to invite the consul up as well. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone. For Mexico, the announcement of this new direct flight between Albuquerque and Guadalajara is of the utmost importance. This initiative comes at a time of enormous growth in the Mexican tourist sector, due in part to the increasing air connectivity promoted by Mexican airlines such as Volaris, and their commitment to exploring opportunities and opening operation in strategic cities like Albuquerque. According to the World Tourism Organization, Mexico is today the 6th international tourist destination, whilst the U.S. is the main tourist market for Mexico, and Guadalajara, being Albuquerque's sister city, is one of the favorite Mexican destinations for U.S. citizens. Certainly, the new direct flight will promote a greater number of visitors in both directions. Nowadays, Jalisco is ranked as the third Mexican state to receive the largest number of tourists, whereas in Ajijic, Jalisco, resides one of the largest U.S. communities in Mexico. Due to its geographical location, the new flight will easily connect visitors to other important tourist destinations and business centers in the nation. Many social, cultural, and economic benefits will derive from the new direct flight between these sister cities. Among others, it will promote competitiveness, efficiency in business operations and chain supplies, and an opportunity to explore the vast culture of our societies, thus furthering a better knowledge of each other. Mexico is today a very important trade partner for New Mexico. Of all the countries, Mexico was ranked as the first largest market for goods from New Mexico in 2016. New Mexico's exports to Mexico have grown at an annual average rate of 14% since the implementation of NAFTA. I'm sure that the new direct flight will contribute to strengthen the relationship between Guadalajara and Albuquerque, and Jalisco and New Mexico. I'm really glad to attest that the efforts initiated by the Consulate of Mexico in Albuquerque in 2016 found echoing in the local authorities present here, allowing us to celebrate today the result of our joint effort. This is an important step in strengthening the historic and trend relationship between Mexico and New Mexico. With this initiative, we get ready to begin in 2019 the celebration of the 170th anniversary of the establishment of the Consulate of Mexico here in Albuquerque. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Consulate. And as you can see, Mayor Keller has assembled such a diverse and great team at the City of Albuquerque. Most specifically, a lot of great female, talented leaders at the executive level. And it is now my honor and privilege to introduce the city's Economic Development Director, Cynthia Jaramillo.
Thank you, Alicia, and good morning. Buenos dias. Again, I am the city's Economic Development Director, and I'm privileged to serve the citizens of Albuquerque. And I'm thrilled to be here as we celebrate this new international flight to Guadalajara. This flight will truly be a game changer for our local companies doing business in Mexico. As you all know, Albuquerque is uniquely situated to do international business, and we are more than ready. Our office, along with Mayor Tim Keller, brought 4 local businesses, including a brewery, an amazing local coffee shop, and a big data company to Guadalajara in February for the United States-Mexico Mayors Summit. Now, this flight to Guadalajara will make it that much easier for our companies to hop on a plane and be in Guadalajara in less than 3 hours. Critically important. Not to mention, the connections from Guadalajara include hourly flights to Mexico City, where we have our trade office that helps Albuquerque companies do business in Mexico. Consulado y todos, gracias por estar con nosotros esta mañana. Thank you.
And with that, we'll take any questions. If you have any questions that are not specific to this announcement and you need to speak to the mayor or another person on the team, please feel free to reach out to me on the side. If you have questions about this, they'll be willing to take those at this time.
Okay, any questions?
Will this be a daily flight?
Will it be a daily flight? Twice a week.
What sort of incentives did we provide them to come here? I mean, usually you gotta offer something. How did we get them here?
So we did offer them incentives to come. We actually offer incentives to almost every single new airline and new route that comes to the Sunport. The Sunport is a really unique entity within the city itself, and so it actually makes and spends all of its own money. So all of the money that we make here at the Sunport through passengers, through the airlines, through rental car agencies, things like that, allow us to incentivize airlines and to create new routes to help drive economic development in our city.
So we're starting with 2 flights a week. Is there a good chance that we can expand on that?
I believe, yes, there is a very good chance. Certainly, with airlines, it's all about how the route performs, making sure that people are going to use it. Really what we're doing a lot with this particular flight is we're looking to create a lot of demand from many Mexican Americans who currently are driving across the border as well. So not only are we looking at certainly tourism and businesses, as the Economic Development Director mentioned, but we're really looking at getting families a better way to visit their Mexican counterparts there. And so we're excited to give that opportunity, and I think that they're excited to grow here as well if they see that they can do that.
Volaris sort of like the Southwest airline of Mexico.
Yeah, a little bit like the Southwest Airlines of Mexico.
So
Yes.
twice a week flights, that will be.
It'll be on Saturday and Monday, 1 in, 1 out on each of those. Yeah.
How many planes will they provide?
It'll be, I mean, 1 plane that comes in and 1 plane that leaves twice a week.
Same.
The same plane. Yeah.
What's the capacity of the plane?
About 180.
And the ticket prices?
Under $300 round trip.
And how difficult is it to reboot being an international airport? Has it kind of been away for 8 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it is definitely comes with its challenges. As I mentioned, our federal partners have really been critical for us to get this off the ground, and it takes a lot of work. The facility itself, many people probably don't quite know where it is. It's towards the west side of our facility, our federal inspection facility. Hasn't been used in quite a while, so we are going to be making some modifications to that facility to host this flight.
Is it Sunport exploring other international routes?
We're certainly looking into expanding as much as we can.
All right, that's probably good for now. You can catch these folks after. Thank you all so much, and just to airport staff, congratulations and thank you.